Hey Yankees fans, welcome to Yankees Rumors and News, your go-to spot for the latest buzz and updates about our team. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a scoop. If the Yankees were to lose Cody Bellinger, the ripple effect across their roster would be immense. But the potential pivot they could execute might be nothing short of spectacular, with John Heyman of the New York Post reporting that the Yankees have reached out to left-handed pitcher Framber Valdez. It seems the organization is quietly preparing a backup plan that could reshape their rotation and redefine their off-season strategy. The situation with Bellinger has been at a standstill for weeks, with Scott Boras seemingly waiting to see how the market unfolds for Kyle Tucker before pushing his client to challenge New York's 5-year, $155 million offer if Boras cannot secure a competing bid that exceeds what the Yankees are offering. The most likely scenario remains a reunion between Bellinger and the Bronx Bombers, but the fact that the team is probing other options shows that they are planning for contingencies and thinking creatively about how to balance payroll, roster needs, and long-term competitiveness. This thought experiment, which at first glance seems like a hypothetical, may very well turn into a real blueprint if Bellinger opts for a new team, and the focus on Valdez as a linchpin for the backup plan provides a fascinating lens through which to evaluate the Yankees' off-season chessboard. Framber Valdez's profile as a potential target is compelling in multiple ways. Last season, he produced a 3.66 ERA and a 3.37 FIP over 31 starts for the Houston Astros, showcasing his ability to provide innings in bulk while suppressing runs effectively. His underlying metrics remained remarkably consistent with what he has displayed across the past 6 seasons, which suggests that his performance is not the result of a fluke or overachievement. Even though his ERA last year was his worst since 2019, there is little reason to expect a dramatic regression, as his sinker, curveball, and changeup combination continues to generate swings and misses, especially in high leverage, 2-strike counts over the past 4 seasons. Valdez has been worth at least for WAR in 3 of them, and has consistently pitched at least 175 innings per season, cementing his reputation as a durable, high-quality starter who can be relied upon in both the regular season and the postseason. Pairing him with Max Fried would instantly create one of the top rotations in baseball. And when you factor in Jarrett Cole and Carlos Rodon returning to the fold, the Yankees' rotation could shift from very good to legitimately elite, capable of challenging any lineup in the league. On any given day, the potential redundancy of left-handed pitchers is a minor concern when measured against overall talent, as exemplified by the Philadelphia Phillies last season, who featured 3 lefties in their playoff rotation and still posted the highest WAR and ERA minus totals in the league. In evaluating Valdez, there is one unavoidable question: temperament. He has a history of showing visible frustration on the mound, highlighted by the incident with the Yankees when he threw at his catcher following a Trent Grisham grand slam. This was not an isolated event, and it has contributed to some teams shying away from him in favor of pitchers who might be less volatile but also less effective. The Orioles and Red Sox reportedly preferred Ranger Suarez over Valdez, despite Suarez showing a decline in velocity and overall effectiveness, which underscores the risk teams perceive in Valdez's emotional intensity. However, the Yankees have a clubhouse culture and leadership structure capable of managing strong personalities. Aaron Judge, for instance, has successfully navigated and maintained harmony with controversial figures such as Marcus Stroman, Josh Donaldson, and Alex Verdugo, which lends confidence that Valdez's temperament could be managed, rather than being a disruptive force. If the Yankees were to offer a 3-year deal with a similar average annual value to what Bellinger is being offered, roughly $32 million, they could attach opt-outs after each season, giving themselves flexibility while securing a high-impact frontline starter who could also serve as a valuable trade asset in the future. The strategic upside of acquiring Valdez extends beyond just rotation depth. The Yankees could leverage pitchers like Will Warren, Elmer Rodriguez, or Luis Gil in trades to acquire position players, including potential replacements for a departed Bellinger. This dual approach allows the Yankees to bolster both their pitching and offensive depth simultaneously, creating an off-season strategy that balances risk and reward while maintaining competitiveness in the American League East. Valdez's addition would not only solidify the rotation, but would also provide trade chips that could be converted into offensive firepower. creating a domino effect that maximizes organizational flexibility. The Yankees have always been a team that looks for multiple ways to win, and having a plan B like Valdez at the ready is consistent with their approach of planning for contingencies while maintaining the capability to pivot quickly depending on market dynamics and player movement. It is worth emphasizing that Valdez's pitching arsenal is particularly well-suited to New York's ballpark and offensive matchups. His sinker, which features elite movement, allows him to induce ground balls and control contact, while his curveball and changeup create opportunities to generate strikeouts when needed. The combination of inducing weak contact and creating swings and misses is the hallmark of a pitcher who can succeed in both the regular season grind and high-stakes postseason environments, where controlling the long ball and minimizing walks is essential in many ways. Valdez represents a modern solution to a classic Yankees challenge, maintaining dominance on the mound while balancing payroll, talent acquisition, and roster flexibility. With the Yankees' commitment to constructing an elite pitching staff, adding Valdez as a left-handed complement to Cole, Rodin, and Fried would allow them to create a rotation capable of taking on any lineup, any day, while preserving their ability to maneuver around other roster needs and potential free agent acquisitions. Looking ahead to the 2026 Yankees, if Bellinger departs and Valdez is acquired, the team could enter the season with a combination of elite pitching, manageable payroll, and trade flexibility that few other franchises could match. The Yankees' ability to pivot, leveraging both the market and their internal assets, is what separates them from other teams. And Valdez represents an ideal case study in how a well-calculated backup plan can simultaneously address immediate roster concerns and create long-term strategic opportunities. While the situation remains fluid and Bellinger's eventual decision will have significant consequences, the exploration of Valdez as a plan B underscores the Yankees' commitment to thinking creatively, remaining proactive in the market, and building a roster that is both resilient and capable of contending at the highest level. With potential trades to shore up the lineup, strategic opt-outs in contracts, and an elite rotation anchored by Cole, Rodin, Fried, and possibly Valdez, the Yankees could emerge from the offseason stronger than they entered it, illustrating that sometimes the best moves are those that are not immediately obvious, but reveal themselves through meticulous planning and calculated foresight. In the final analysis, the Yankees' contingency plan centered on Framber Valdez demonstrates the organization's strategic acumen, willingness to embrace calculated risks, and commitment to maintaining a balance of talent and chemistry. While concerns about Valdez's temperament and past incidents cannot be ignored, the organization has the leadership and culture to manage these challenges, and the potential payoff in terms of rotation dominance, trade flexibility, and overall team competitiveness is substantial. By preparing for a scenario in which Bellinger departs, the Yankees are not merely reacting, they are proactively shaping a path that keeps them in contention, while also exploring creative avenues to improve the roster. If executed correctly, this plan B could be transformative, allowing the Yankees to navigate a challenging offseason with confidence, maintain balance across pitching and position player needs, and enter the 2026 season with one of the most formidable and versatile rosters in baseball. Valdez's acquisition would not just fill a gap, it would signify a strategic pivot, one that highlights the Yankees' ability to adapt, innovate, and seize opportunities in a competitive and often unpredictable marketplace, ensuring that the team remains at the forefront of contention for years to come. If you're enjoying the updates, drop a like and let us know in the comments your thoughts on this rumor. Rumors have been swirling for weeks, but now it seems the Kyle Tucker saga has reached a boiling point that could reshape the landscape of Major League Baseball in ways few anticipated. Sources close to front offices suggest that negotiations have heated up to a level that is almost unprecedented, with the Yankees reportedly preparing a package that insiders describe as bigger than it appears. While teams often leak information to test waters or manipulate public perception, the intensity of this particular rumor has caught the attention of fans, analysts, and even rival executives, making it clear that something significant is brewing behind the scenes. The speculation around Tucker, already one of the most dynamic and sought-after outfielders in the game, has been building for some time, but the latest whispers hint at a deal that goes beyond a simple trade for a single top prospect or a modest mix of players. Instead, the package reportedly includes multiple high-level prospects, potential salary offsets, and perhaps even a player or two with major league experience. While exact names are being kept under wraps, sources indicate that the Yankees are intent on assembling a deal that not only acquires Tucker but also positions them for long-term success, signaling a willingness to go all in on a player who could redefine their lineup for years to come. What makes this rumor particularly tantalizing is the characterization of the deal as bigger than it seems in baseball terms. That phrase usually implies a combination of strategic depth, timing, and financial maneuvering that may not be immediately obvious to the casual observer. It could involve deferred contracts, creative roster management, or the inclusion of talent that could be flipped in future trades. In other words, while the headline might read as a straightforward acquisition of a star outfielder, the underlying mechanisms of the trade could ripple through multiple organizations, affecting prospects, payroll, and competitive balance. This adds an almost cinematic dimension to the story, as front offices weigh risks, leverage, and optics in a delicate game of negotiation chess. Fans have been reacting with a mix of excitement and skepticism. Social media channels are flooded with debates about whether Kyle Tucker, with his blend of power, speed, and defensive skill, is worth a blockbuster package. Some argue that his age, talent trajectory, and marketability make him a generational acquisition, while others caution that no player, no matter how gifted, is immune to the pressures and unpredictability of a new market. The Yankees, historically aggressive in pursuing star talent, seem undeterred by such concerns, signaling a commitment that may reflect both their ambitions to reclaim a championship and a recognition that true difference makers in baseball are rare commodities. Analysts have started drawing comparisons to past megatrades in the sport, looking for historical precedent, deals that shook the league, whether involving superstars or complex multiplayer swaps, often had one thing in common: a willingness to take calculated risks that could either yield decades of dominance or leave a franchise scrambling to recover. The whispers surrounding Tucker's potential move echo this pattern, suggesting that whoever structures the final deal could be remembered for years to come. Inside sources hint that the negotiations are not only intense but also unusually secretive, with multiple parties involved in back-channel discussions, creating an air of intrigue that makes every snippet of leaked information feel like a clue in a larger puzzle. The strategic implications are massive. If the Yankees are indeed preparing to close a deal for Tucker, the ripple effects on the American League and potentially the entire league could be profound. Division rivals would have to reassess their competitive outlook, while teams holding high-value prospects might find themselves reevaluating trade strategies, either to protect their assets or to capitalize on a sudden shift in market dynamics. Moreover, the psychological impact on players themselves cannot be underestimated. The introduction of a superstar like Tucker into a clubhouse carries both on-field and off-field consequences, from lineup adjustments to media scrutiny, and even the culture within the team. Every front office, scout, and analyst is likely calculating these variables even as they watch the rumor unfold in real time. Financial considerations also loom large in this narrative. Tucker's contract status, potential extensions, and market value play a central role in any realistic deal scenario. While specifics remain confidential, the characterization of the package as larger than expected suggests that the Yankees are prepared to navigate these challenges creatively. This could involve creative incentives, deferred salary, or other mechanisms that make the trade feasible without hamstringing the team's flexibility in future seasons. For fans and commentators, this dimension adds a layer of intrigue, as it is not just about who goes where, but how financial engineering could enable a blockbuster move that might otherwise seem impossible. Beyond the numbers and projections, there is the human element that often gets overlooked in trade speculation. Kyle Tucker is not just a set of statistics or highlights. He is a player with relationships, a personality, and a career arc that could be dramatically altered by a move to a new city. Reports suggest that teams are sensitive to this factor, recognizing that integrating a high-profile player into a clubhouse can affect chemistry, morale, and performance. The Yankees, with their history of managing superstar egos and expectations, may be banking on their experience to ensure a smooth transition. But even the most seasoned front offices know that success is never guaranteed when dealing with talent of this caliber. As the rumor continues to circulate, the atmosphere around Major League Baseball feels electric. Every conversation, report, and hint is analyzed for hidden meaning, And fans are left on tenterhooks, imagining lineups, rotations, and playoff scenarios that might come to pass. The notion that the deal is bigger than it seems only heightens the suspense, suggesting that what is about to unfold may have layers that go far beyond a simple player swap. Whether this results in a transformative acquisition for the Yankees, a multi-team negotiation, or even a last-minute twist that leaves everyone stunned, the story of Kyle Tucker's potential move has all the hallmarks of a saga that will be dissected, debated, and remembered for years to come. In short, while nothing is officially confirmed, every signal points toward a climax in what has been one of the most compelling trade narratives in recent memory. The Yankees appear to be positioning themselves for a move that is both ambitious and calculated, one that could redefine not just their roster, but the competitive balance of the league for fans, analysts, and even casual observers. The excitement lies in watching the pieces fall into place, speculating on the mechanics of a deal that insiders insist is far more intricate than headlines suggest, and imagining the new reality that could emerge if Kyle Tucker, one of the game's brightest stars, finally dons the pinstripes. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with every Yankees rumor and news. See you in the next video.